Hello, everyone. How are you doing? It's Brittany here, and welcome to another episode of One Hot Mess. All right, guys, are you ready for your weekly horoscope? I should have actually done this yesterday because, well, today's almost over, but oh well, F it. We're about to do it anyway. Sorry for that noise. Oh my gosh, it's so freaking loud. But oh shit, my charger was stuck and my laptop's dying. And you guys know how I am about editing. I hardly ever do it. So, anyway, let's get started. All right, so, um, yeah, here's what is in store for your zodiac sign this week. Venus in Aries, it brought us a degree of eyes wide open emotional honesty. With the planet of love and money joining Mercury, Uranus, and the Sun in stability seeking Taurus, this celestial quartlet directs earthly energies in search of sustainable solutions. So, here we go. Horoscopes. So, yeah, starting with Taurus, okay? So, while Jupiter gives its final blessing to your sign for another decade or so, ask yourself, what lessons has the growth planet gifted you over the past year? And if unpredictable Uranus throws you a curveball this week, consider how you could use it to fuel some bold new moves. Oh my God, my allergies are killing me right now. So sorry. That sounds terrible. All right, Gemini. Jupiter visits your sign every 12 years and it's on its way. Your celestial mentor, Mercury, currently in Gemini's sector of closure, makes this an ideal week to decide what's run its course in your life and make an invitational space to welcome the planet of expansion. Cancer. As Jupiter, the giant planet of growth and expansion, finishes completing its once in a lifetime conjunction with Uranus, the planet of progress, change, and surprise in the earthy sign of nature and economics, be alert for this week's unexpected openings and new opportunities. Leo. Lively midweek moon in Leo invites you to add a dash of dramatic spice to anything that might feel a bit ho-hum, or lackluster this week. To jazz up your branding and personal presentation, revamp your business profile, and restyle your social invitations so they're simply irresistible. Virgo. As the heat and dust settle for Mercury's journey through its most volatile placement, your mentor planet heads into its favorite planning transit in a sensible fellow Earth sign. Virgos do love a plan, and the weekend Virgo moon offers this week's prime time for making them. Libra. If some part of your life has been in a holding pattern, this week's Venus and changemaker Uranus could refresh a same old scenario with new possibilities. Don't hesitate to think outside the box for a completely different approach that isn't rushed or stressful and proceeds easily. Scorpio. Mars in Aries is ready for action and wants to do everything right now. But Venus brings a reminder this week that happiness is not about doing more, being busier. Venus likes to take it easy and savor the simple pleasure of life. And when Venus is satisfied, everyone is content. Sagittarius is up next with your mentor planet Jupiter about to make its annual move this year from your career and health sector. Savvy Sagittarius would benefit from using this week to get workplace issues sorted and affairs in order, to schedule medical checkups, and put a wellness routine in place. Capricorn now. Since your last birthday, three major astrological themes have been at play. The first, activating a retrospective life check. The second, a fundamental change of perspective about how to currently move forward in the world. And the third, sets your first steps on that new path this week. Then we have Aquarius. There is something magical about the last days of the current Jupiter-Uranus alignment. Uranus brings exciting surprises, while Jupiter suggests that whatever Uranus has in store is likely to be positive. So pay attention to this week's signs, synchronicities, and coincidences because they will be significant. Ooh, exciting. Pisces. Saturn takes around 30 years to make a full revolution through the zodiac. And the great benefit of the celestial life coach in your sign, and it presently is in yours, is an increased ability to deal with this week's more difficult realities with intention and foresight. And then we have Aries. Generous Jupiter is reaching the end of its year-long stay in your money and assets sector and won't be back for more than another decade. So attention to financial affairs will definitely pay off this week. Chiron is also urging you to mend something broken, to integrate something that's been separated. Oh, interesting, guys. All right, y'all. So we just did the weekly horoscopes. I figured why not go ahead and do your monthly horoscope for May? So let's get into that because as we entered a new month, the slate has been wiped clean and there are endless possibilities for growth. So let's see what's in store for your relationships, career, and emotions in the month ahead. Taurus, as Venus and Jupiter, known as the planetary benefits for their joyous and generous influence, join the sun and new moon in Taurus on May 7th to start a party in your heart. The rosy glow of the celestial quartet conjures an image of Ferdinand the Bull in a field of flowers, reveling in the natural delights of the scenes, while the sun and Jupiter making their once-a-year alignment bring positive momentum to Taurus world. If unpredictable Uranus throws you a curveball around May 18th, why not use it to fuel some bold new moves? Do you guys remember that movie, Ferdinand? My youngest son used to love that movie. It was so cute, but kind of sad. Anyway, moving on to Gemini. The innovative, pioneering ideas generated by Mercury over the last 2 months come under scrutiny when your guiding planet shifts mid-month into practical mode. This offers an ideal time to decide what's likely to go the distance, to fact check, crunch numbers, and develop project plans. The Sun and Venus beaming their welcome vibes into your social sign during the last week of May illuminate this year's glorious cosmic birthday present. Jupiter making its once in 12-year visit to Gemini until June 2025. Welcome to an exciting, expansive new cycle. All right, Cancers. Too much of a good thing might feel like just the right amount during this sensual and tactile month. So go ahead, pamper yourself and the ones you love. The energetics of early May's Uranus and new moon alignment. Well, the point is not for you to do something that's never been done before. The point is for you to do something you have never done before, which might be telling the good, the bad, and the truth, especially when the full moon on May 23rd hands you the microphone. Uh-oh. All right, up next is Leo. Last month's theme of reinvention continues during May's makeover of your work zone, professional aspirations, and career trajectory. Lively Leo moon in mid-May is your best time for adding a dash of dramatic spice to anything that feels a bit ho-hum or lackluster, for jazzing up your personal presentation and revamping invitations to simply irresistible. When late May sees Jupiter head into your zone of friendship and the collective for coming 12 months, get very clear about the message you want to put out to the world and start broadcasting. Okay, Virgos, are you feeling a little burnt out? Venus suggests infusing more self-care into your schedule this month. No need to spend a fortune. You already know how to find the sweet spot between sensual and sensible with spa treatments, massages, or simply slowing down for a staycation, all of which will make it easier for the mid-May Mercury-Uranus alignment to stimulate different ways of thinking and more experimental exploring beyond the borders of what you know. And during the ongoing dance of change, get set to also investigate innovative ways to maintain stability. Alrighty, Libra, your celestial muse, Venus, spends most of this month indulging her appetite for earthly delights, never mind the consequences. When the pleasure planet flits into social butterfly mode in the last days of May, expect flirty chit chat, witty interactions, increased online dialogue, and plenty of mixed messages. The urge to stand up and speak out could peak around the full moon on May 23rd, so it is worthwhile identifying beforehand the places in your life where you need to turn up the volume and question conventions that aren't working for you. Scorpios, headstrong Mars in its most reactive mode this month might tempt you to apply the sarcastic sting. But with so many planets in fixed signs like your own, this probably won't attract the results you want. So step back and refine that verbal toxin into a hit of witty wisdom instead. Mercury and Pluto clash mid-month, so be extremely selective about who you share information with, because when late month Jupiter turns the world onto loudspeaker, filters disappear. Then your natural talents of discrimination and discretion really come into their own. Oh, shit. Okay, moving on to the lovely Sagittarius. With hothead Mars in a fellow fire sign, this month's restrained pace may feel frustrating, in which case, take your impatience out into nature. Yours is the sign most capable of observing and learning from her example. The Sagittarius full moon on the 23rd opens a portal for connecting with loved ones at a distance, and your ruling planet, Jupiter, makes its annual move this year into your relationship zone, asking, have you possibly been thinking too small in the partnership department? This is your time to dream big. All right, Capricorns. May's celestial emphasis in a fellow earth sign switches on your zodiac zone of fun and artistic activity, inviting you to a smorgasbord of earthly pleasures, wining and dining, dancing and romancing. And when the full moon on May 23rd issues your ticket to ride beyond the comfortable and familiar, a getaway is wholeheartedly encouraged. If travel isn't possible, expand your mental horizons with informative podcasts, your emotional parameters by reaching out your body with different dance or exercise routines. Take that trip to a fresh mindset, a new perspective, and a different way of thinking. All right, all right. Aquarius, planet Pluto is coming its long shift from Capricorn, who plays by the rules, to Aquarius, who writes new rules. Your personal journey requires playing your part in demonstrating the best aspects of the Aquarian archetype by initiating positive new paradigms in your collective. An unexpected plot twist could arrive mid-month when the sun and radical change maker Uranus bring the combined energy of their once-a-year alignment to your home or base of operations. So it's worthwhile using the first half of May to prepare for any changes you want to make. Okay, moving on to Pisces. The material-minded new moon on May 7th suggests connecting with people who share your values to perhaps take the next step in firming possibilities into something more solid. With Mars in an overdrive till mid-June, your money zone and professional projects. With an injection of motivational energy, the force is with you for taking the initiative. Don't overthink it, just make the first move. But be aware that others are also receiving the red planet's assertive booster shots, and carefully select your best moments to push, to pause, and to pivot. Up next, we have Aries. With full forward Mars in Aries during May, accompanied by alert Mercury for the first fortnight. This is one of your year's most inspired and dynamic cycles. If the mid-month Mercury-Uranus engagement brings altered finances or work-related issues, and you want to respond forcefully, be advised that reactive behavior will only deepen rifts and widen divides. Focus instead on areas of mutual agreement. The full moon's excellent recommendation on May 23rd to expand your viewfinder and assess things from a wider perspective could well be worth your number one game changer this month. And that's it for your monthly horoscopes, guys. All right, guys, that is it for today. Thank you so much for listening. Please hit that follow button and share one hot mess with a friend. And I will talk to you guys next time. Have an amazing day.